I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
And here we go from the Rock. Richie Joplin, Dylan Williams on the front row. Mark Nelson and Cody Williams on the second row. Trevor Gill and Nolan Milnes on the third row. Donald Double D Durant and Nicole That's What She Said Creasel on the fourth row. Ben Johnson and Luke Bullard round out the top 10. Kane Lee starting in 11th next to Mark Dantuman in 12th. Tegan Wangness in 13th, and Stephen Brown rounds out the 14-car field. Now remember, this race, it will be 3 25-minute sprint races. Who will come out on top for each of them? Pace car gets ready to drop in to start race 1. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are away at the Rock. Hey, good evening, David. Oh, and caution. Caution is out already. Trevor Gill and Double D both involved. See what happened back behind. Oh, Trevor Gill got some wheel spin, went up the track, collected Double D and a few others. See if we can get a look at it from the blimp. And there you see, wheel spin sends him up to the outside, looked like just fired off in the wrong gear. Richie Joplin out front, Dylan Williams in second, several drivers hitting pit road. Mark Dantuma, Trevor Gill, Nolan Milnes all hitting pit road. I didn't think Dantuma got caught up, but apparently he did, going in for some quick repairs. Cody Richie did manage to stay off the wall, at least for now. Should get one to green this time by. Lights are out. They will begin to stack back up for the restart. Turns 1 and 2. We expect things to be fairly tame there. Coming out of turn 2 here has been wild for the drivers throughout practice. Hey, Say good evening, David. Everybody's stacked up, ready to go. The outside line is not tightened up. Here we go. Pace car is in. They fire green flag back in the air. Richie gets an amazing start. Heads off into one. Top five quickly goes single file. Still battling back behind as they come down the back straightaway. Richie Joplin out front, Dylan Williams in second, Mark Nelson in third, Luke Bullard in fourth. Remember, Luke did not get a full qualifying lap in, started back in 10th. Next weekend will be the final recruitment races for BRR. If you owe Mark Nelson problems out of 4, he lost some momentum. Cody Williams took advantage to take 4th. Next weekend will be the final recruitment races for BRR. They will have truck recruitment on Saturday at 7 Eastern and Sunday at 7 Eastern. Cup Series recruitment begins. As Dylan Williams took a peek under Richie for the lead, couldn't make the move quite yet, but he is letting Richie know he is there. Cody Williams back in 4th. Mark Nelson now in 5th. Ben Johnson up 3 spots into 6th. Nolan Mills in 7th. And wow, Trevor Gill having a little problem there out of turn 2. Mills gets a little loose out of 4, but picks up the spot. Now back into 6th. Oh, contact on the back straightaway. No caution. Now the caution is out. Let's take a look and see if we can see. Whoa, there he is, getting wicked loose out of 2. And then a moment earlier, before that, Nolan Mills comes off 2. Trevor just barely pushes up. They end up in the wall. Several drivers successfully avoid it. Well, that was definitely wild. Richie Joplin leads a large number of cars in. Dylan Williams, Mark Nelson, Ben Johnson, Mark Dantuma, and Nolan Mills coming in. Luke Bullard stays out and takes the lead, followed by Cody Williams, Double D, and Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel. Nolan Mills and Ben Johnson both still sit on pit road getting repairs. Dylan Williams has towed it in. See if we can see what happened with Dylan a moment ago. Here was coming off of pit road. Did he do what I think he did? Nope, he just pulled over and stopped. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. Here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. They are away. Luke Bullard gets a good jump into turn one. Everybody quickly settles into single file. Nolan Mills now looks under Nicole. Nicole kisses the wall. Mills takes the position. Ben Johnson also managing to get by. Luke Bullard up front. Richie Joplin starting to make some moves. Richie now up into fourth, and caution is back out. Trevor Gill and Nolan Mills both involved. Oh, loose out of two, and Mills just couldn't avoid it. You can already see the smoke off the tires. He was hard on the brakes. Trevor couldn't get it wound up, and Mills couldn't avoid it. Don't forget here shortly, remember they're doing 3 25-minute races here to keep some of these drivers staying in the field. One more week of recruitment next Sunday. Should be getting 1 to green this time. Lights go out on the pace car. They get ready for the restart. Nicole Creasel back in 7th place. Still has not been to pit road, nor has Luke Bullard, Cody Williams, or Double D. Old tires at this track do have a tendency to cause spins on the restart. Hopefully everybody is extra gentle on that loud pedal. Here we go. Pace car is in. Luke Bullard in control. Green flag. Back in the air. Bullard gets, and caution is back out for Double D. There's Double D on the inside. On the power. He snaps loose, collects Richie. Richie does the 360, keeps going. And Double D stays out of the wall, but man, a rough night for Donald. I expect to see Donald come to pit road for tires. Cody Williams, Mark Nelson, and Mark Dan Tumors coming in. Luke Bullard continuing to stay out. And Donald Durant has not come in. Nicole Creasel also staying out as well as Luke Bullard. Now Ben Johnson in second, Richie Joplin in fourth, also on fresh tires. Fresh tires versus old tires here late in the race as they stack back up for the restart. Mark Nelson, the defending champ, back in 7th place after a rough start. He's got a lot of work to do here tonight. Remember, 3 of the drivers in the field on old tires could see the same thing we saw with Durant's on the last restart. Here we go. Pace car drops in. Green flag it. Wow. What a launch by Luke. Ben Johnson in second. They were briefly 3 wide back behind as Mark Damtuma's on the march. Richie Joplin quickly shoots by into second. Luke Bullard out front on old tires. Just over 7 minutes to go in race 1. Richie has the fresher tires, as does Mark Dantuma. Dantuma now to 5th, and a big run on those fresh tires. He looks underneath Ben Johnson for 4th. as Richie Joplin has caught up to the leader. Dan Tuma and Mark Nelson now 4th and 5th. Luke Bullard out front, still holding Richie off for the moment. Mark and Mark closing in on 3rd place, Cody Williams. Donald Durant's trying to gain some ground on 6th place, Ben Johnson. Nicole back in 8th. Luke Bullard up to the high side as they come through 1 and 2, trying to carry as much momentum as possible. He has to know Richie is on fresher tires. Mark Dantuma has caught the back bumper of Cody Williams. Cody and both Marks are on the same tires. They all took tires on lap 21. Won't it look like the leader may have kissed the wall? He did lose some momentum. Richie's got to run into 1. Bullard manages to keep his foot in it and holds on to the lead for now. Cody Williams also holds on to 3rd for the moment, with both Marks closing in. Ben Johnson back in 6th, now has Double D on the bumper. Just over 4 minutes left to go in race 1. Richie's going to have to pick it up and make his move soon. Cody Williams in 3rd has put some space between him and Mark Dantuma. Mark Nelson holds on to 5th for the moment. Double D now into 6th. Ben Johnson in 7th, may be in trouble. Nicole closing the gap. Luke Bullard continues to hold off Richie. A great run considering he has not taken tires at all tonight. Just under 3 minutes left to go in race 1. Can he hold Richie off for another 3 minutes? Richie does have 12 lap fresher tires, but Cody Williams has even fresher tires than Richie, and he is closing in. Bullard using that high line through 3 and 4 to carry as much momentum down the straight as is possible. Cody Williams has just about caught up to 2nd place. Richie Joplin. Two minutes left to go. And Cody just getting closer. Luke Bullard actually pulled away a little bit from Richie on the last lap. His lead about 0.7 of a second at the moment. Cody Williams was gaining ground on Richie, but that gap is stabilized at about 0.8 of a second. In fact, the top five almost evenly spaced at the moment. With a minute left to go in race one. Could a rookie win a recruitment race for the first time this year? Likely to see the white flag next time by. Luke Bullard has extended his lead over Richie to almost a second. Cody Williams in third is close to within a half second of Richie. And the white flag flies one more time around for Luke Bullard. He just has to make no mistakes. He's got a 1 second lead as he goes off into 3 and 4. And for the first time this year, a rookie wins a recruitment race. Luke Bullard wins at Rockingham. Richie Joplin comes home in second. Cody Williams finishes in third. On to race two. All right, here we go. Race two. We'll see Luke Bullard and Richie Joplin on the front row. Cody Williams, Mark Dantuma on the second row. Mark Nelson and Donald Durant's on the third row. Ben Johnson, Nicole Creasel on the fourth. Nolan Milnes and Trevor Gill rounding out the top 10. I do believe everybody else outside the top 10 has called it a night early. And it looks like Ben Johnson has called it a night. 7 cars left in the field going into race two. Mark Dantuma this time starting in fourth. We saw that big charge in race one. Can he charge to the lead for race two? And will we see a rookie win again for race two? It's about time to find out. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. They are underway at the Rock. Austin, yep, actually three separate races. Luke Bullard and Richie Joplin already starting to break away from third place Cody Williams. Mark Dantuma in fourth, Mark Nelson in fifth, Double D in sixth, and Nicole Creasel back in seventh. Now the question is, we saw the charge from Dantuma in race 1. Can he repeat it here in race 2? Richie Joplin has the fastest lap in race 2 as he starts looking for the lead. Yeah, Austin, I was surprised you weren't here. Luke Bullard set the fastest lap last time by and put a little breathing room, a couple of car lengths between him and Richie. Cody Williams still sits in third, Dantuma in fourth. Whoa! Cody Williams has a problem. See what happened with Cody coming out of turn 4. Oh, got loose, smacked the outside wall. Not to mention, lost a ton of momentum, and that right front likely took some heavy damage. Luke and Richie still out front. Mark Dantuma now in third, about 1.5 seconds back. Mark Nelson now in fourth. Cody still holding on in fifth. Trying to get a good look at the right front on Cody Williams' car. Damage looks minimal at the moment. They can use every bit of downforce they have here tonight. Hey, Hogo, thank you for the raid. Thank you guys all so much for coming in. Richie Joplin has taken the lead, but they continue to battle up front. Richie finally gets by Luke Bullard. Richie has the lead going off into 1 and 2. Bullard still right there with them. That has allowed Dantuma to close up just a little bit. Good evening, Pudsey. How you doing? And thank you for the raid, Hogo. How was your stream? Double D back in 6th. Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel back in 7th. Richie Joplin still has the lead, but man, Luke was all over his bumper. Out of 4, Luke has the run down to the inside. Boy, this is going to get a little close. Down the back straightaway, they are side by side. Richie has the holy cow. And Luke took a big risk on that move. Luke's going to try and shoot it back to the inside once again. Doesn't get the run out of 2. Can he set it up into 3? Luke may have the run here, coming out of 4 down the front straightaway, right on Richie's bumper. Down the back straightaway, Luke sets it to the inside. Into turn 3, Luke on the inside, down really low, all the way to the apron. Can't get, oh, he slams the wall. And it didn't slow him down one bit, already back on the attack. At Pudsey, it's a 3-race special deal tonight, and some of them wrecked out early in race 1. And instead of sticking around for races 2 and 3, they called it a night early. Richie Joplin still holds the lead for the moment. Mark Dantuma close to within about 1 1/4 seconds of the top 2. Oh, Dantuma gets loose out of 2. He slams the wall. Mark Nelson slips by. Cody Williams is in the wall. Caution is back out. Mark Dantuma and Cody Wilson both involved. The first caution of race 2, Dantuma has towed it in. And you can see Dantuma was already loose coming through 1 and 2, slams the outside wall. Nelson barely gets by, and he comes back up and collects Williams. Cody Williams just nowhere to go, thought he was clear. Quickly gets a 180, gets the car rolling, but he has gone to pit road for repairs. Wow. That was eventful. Mark Nelson barely able to avoid that, and most of the field came in. Richie Joplin, Luke Bullard, Mark Nelson, Nicole Creasel, Cody Williams, all on pit road. Mark Dantuma still on pit road. Don't forget, folks, later tonight, 9:30 Eastern, SMR Gen 4 is back tonight, and they are going to be at the Milwaukee Mile. Those Gen 4 cars don't have a lot of grip anyway, but put them on a flat track, and who knows what kind of chaos will happen. I'm guessing there's going to be quite a bit of drifting. Donald Durant's now up front, but Donald has not changed tires yet. This track is super abrasive. With everybody behind on 4 fresh Goodyears, Durant's will not be able to hold the lead for very long. And he may struggle to get the power down on the restart. It is tricky to get going on old tires here. Here we go. Paced car is in. Green flag back in the air. Durant is going with some help. Luke Bullard pushed him into one just to give himself an opening. I have seen a lot of stuff in 4 years of broadcasting. That one is new, folks. Luke Bullard quickly to the lead and checking out. Richie Jomplin now into second. The Mark Nelson in third. We're going to take a look at this from the blimp. Now watch Luke Bullard, the second car on the inside line. You see when the green flag drops, Bullard gets to Durance's bumper and pushes him up to speed just to get the run. Gets clear, gets the run, and gets the lead back. Well, we do have bump drafting at super speedways, but that one, folks, was new. Bullard has checked out to almost a 1 second lead over Richie. Mark Nelson now in third, Cody Williams in fourth, Nicole up into fifth as Double D on the old tires continues to fade. Richie Jomplin is caught back up to Bullard. Mark Nelson, Cody Williams not far behind. We may be about to see a 4-car battle for the lead. As Richie Jomplin shoots by, Bullard trying to keep that high line. Couldn't do it. Mark Nelson got a little loose out of turn 2, but holds on to it. Bullard right on Richie's bumper. Whoa, he got a little close as he goes down to the inside. Bullard a little loose out of turn 4 there as they continue to battle. Mark Nelson, Cody Williams able to get a little bit closer. Caution is out. Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel involved. Nicole has towed it to pit road. Let's see what happened. There's Nicole off into 3 and 4. Oh, Nicole just gives the wall a little kiss there. Likely got some damage to the right side, but gathered it up, kept it going. Back into 3 and 4. And she was a little squirrely that time by. Looks like the next time by she got loose. Oh, holy cow. Great wreck avoidance by Double D. Nicole's car hit hard and was totaled. Very likely that first hit into the wall by Nicole Likely messed up the handling. We saw her getting loose. After that, the car just didn't appear to be tracking. Richie Joplin has the lead. Luke Bullard in second. Mark Nelson in third. Cody Williams in fourth. Double D in fifth. Durant still has not gone in to change tires. Should get one to green next time by. Out of turn 4 and back across the start-finish line. Lights go out. Everybody stacking back up. Now down to 5 cars left in this race. Should have at least 7 back for the final race here in a few moments. Nicole Creasel is back out on track after repairs. She is a few laps down, but anything could happen. Pace car is in. Drifty Richie in control. They fire. Green flag back in the air. Richie quickly shoots back into the lead. 6.5 minutes left to go in race 2. Luke Bullard almost had a run out of turn 2. Luke running a half a lane higher through 3 and 4, carrying a little bit more momentum out of turn 4 than Richie. Cody Williams has gotten back up into third, having cleared Mark Nelson. Double D still back in 5th. Luke Bullard is definitely making Richie work for it. Oh, Luke, hold on to her. He gets loose but avoids the wall. What a save! Not only did he avoid the wall, save the car, he still holds on to second place. Can he run Richie back down in time? That was definitely close. And, oh, he gets the wall in 3 and 4. Doesn't seem to have lost any momentum. And he is closing back up on Richie. Less than a half a second behind. Mark Dantuma is coming back out on track. After extensive repairs to his car, Nicole is back on pit road. Luke Bullard is now 0.6 of a second behind Richie. He is pushing that car to its limit, trying to close the gap. Just under 4 minutes to go in race 2. Can Bullard close the gap? More importantly, once he gets there, will he have enough tire left to do something with Richie? Cody Williams a little loose out of turn 2, and Bullard is back to Richie Joplin's bumper. What a charge back up. And whoa, he sent it deep into one that time. Bullard is on maximum attack right now. He is loose out of 4. He does not lift. Tire wear likely becoming a huge issue late in this one. Back into turn 3, Bullard goes to the high line. Right up by the wall. And looks low out of 4, he's got to run. Richie sends it deep into 1 and 2, they touch. Luke pulls low, still side by side. Now he slides in, back behind Richie. Two minutes or 6 laps left to go. While these two battle, Cody Williams, Mark Nelson have closed back up on him. Luke gets the wall in 3. Man, he is pushing that car to its absolute limits. Cody Williams, Mark Nelson have caught him. And Luke goes low, but he gets loose again. Keeps his foot in it. Another great save, and he did not lift. Luke now having to drive both offensively and defensively. Cody Williams and Mark Nelson are right there. Mark Dantuma pulls off the track to let the leaders fight this one out. This is going to be one heck of a close finish. Likely to see the white flag this time. Richie, Luke, Cody, and Mark all there together. Richie Joplin has the lead for the moment. Cody pushing it to the limit. He gets loose out of 2. Luke sends her deep into 3. Out of turn 4, it's going to be close. And here they come at the line. It is Richie Joplin to win race 2. Wow, what a race. On to race 3, the final race. Richie Joplin, Luke Bullard on the front row, Cody Williams, Mark Nelson on the second, Double D and Nicole Creasel have the third, Mark Dantuma rounding out the field. And I have to agree with Pudsey. Well done, Richie Joplin. Man, that was one heck of a fight. Luke Bowler did not take to the grid. Luke Bullard is skipping race 3. That's kind of heartbreaking. I wanted to see Luke and Richie do it again. And now Mark Nelson and Cody Williams will be up there to battle Richie. We have seen countless battles over this year between Richie and Mark. How will this one play out? Everybody getting stacked up, ready for the restart. Pudsey, you definitely love to see this kind of thing. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Richie Joplin, Mark Nelson side by side into one. Richie comes out with the lead. Cody Williams in third, Double D in fourth, Nicole Kriesel in fifth, Dan Tuma back in sixth. Mark Nelson back on the attack, back to Richie's bumper. That has been a familiar sight, these two side by side, all throughout 2024 in multiple leagues. Looks like Dan Tuma taking it easy in the early going here. Richie Joplin is not. He has set the fastest lap 2 laps in a row. Dan Tuma gets a run out of 2, looking under Nicole. Mark now into 5th. Double D gets loose out of 4. Mark slips by on the high side to take 4th. Dan Tuma in 4th, 2 seconds behind Cody Williams in 3rd. Double D has had a problem back behind, no caution. There's Donald on the bottom, loose out of 2. Hard on the brakes. Does get it rolling before a caution can be thrown. Cody Williams in 3rd, set the fastest lap a moment ago as he closes back in on Mark Nelson. Richie Joplin in 3rd as a half second, or in 1st rather, as a half second gap on Mark. Cody Williams in 3rd, closing in on Nelson. Dan Tuma now back and forth, but he is losing ground. He's now 2.5 seconds back. Don't forget to come back after this race. You'll want to come back 9:30 Eastern. SMR Gen 4 Flat Track Racing. That's going to get a little bit wild. Tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern, Jones BS Racing. The mini stocks and the late models will be back on track. Tuesday night, C12 Motorsports, Season 2 of their Street Stock Series. And Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, the new short C12 IndyCar Series. From what I heard from testing, that IndyCar series is gonna be wild. Mark Dantuma back and forth, almost 3 seconds behind third place Cody Williams. Cody this time staying right with Mark Nelson and Richie Joplin. Donald Durant has gone to pit road. Not only is this track hard on the tires, it is extremely bumpy, and once the drivers lay rubber down, it gets very, very greasy. Riding along with third place Cody Williams, you can see just how much this car is bouncing around, even on the front straightaway. Down into turn 1, up to the high side. The bottom is even bumpier. Out of turn 2, down Thunder Valley, the back straightaway. Into turn 3, moving up to that high line. Powering out of turn 4, and you have to be careful if you get on the power at just the wrong time, the wrong bump, you could go around very easily. Top 3 all still within about 1 1/4 seconds of each other. Dan Tuma now 3.6 seconds back. This is very, very odd for Mark Dan Tuma. We usually see the situation where Mark comes from the back to pull off the win. He seems to be struggling here tonight. Richie Joplin, however, not struggling tonight. Won race 2 and leading in race 3. Nicole Creasel currently in 5th just by virtue of staying out of trouble. A great night for Nicole. She had some bad luck in the GT3 race this morning. Got her a little bit of a setback, but look for her to be back in the fight next Sunday morning. Mark Nelson is starting to chip away at the lead of Richie Joplin. It could be a situation where Marcus can serve just a little bit more tire. Cody Williams in third, about 0.8 of a second behind Nelson at the moment. But if those two go side by side and start battling, he could be in that fight very quickly. Richie Joplin has come to pit road. This is unexpected. Did not expect to see any drivers come in unless there was a caution. Richie will be on fresh tires when he comes back out, but how much will it set him back? Mark Nelson's fastest lap so far, 24.69. Last time, but no, here comes Mark. Cody Williams goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Mark Dantuma now up into second place. I'm guessing we'll see everybody in at some point now that Richie has come in and got fresh Goodyears. They have lost about a second a lap on speed due to the old tires. And if this race stays green, we should make it to lap 50. Cody Williams, Mark Dantuma, and Nicole Kriesel have not come in. Have a great night, Pudsey. Thanks for coming by. Cody Williams lead over Dantuma, 4.5 seconds at the moment. Nicole in third, about 13.5 seconds back. Mark Nelson in fourth, Richie Joplin in fifth. Mark Nelson does have 2 lap fresher tires than Richie. If we stay green, that could come into play. Those extra 2 laps could be huge. And Cody Williams is coming in. Mark Dantuma takes the lead. Mark Dantuma continues to turn laps, as does Nicole. That's what she said, Creasel. Could Mark have been conserving fuel and tires? Can he go the distance? Mark Nelson currently in third, has a bit of a gap on fourth place, Richie Joplin. Cody Williams now back in fifth. Mark Nelson now in third, 15.5 seconds behind Nicole, and 30 seconds behind Mark Dantuma. 15 laps to go. Mark has to pick up over 2 seconds a lap. Right now he's just about 1 second a lap faster than the leader. If Dantuma can make it to the end on fuel, he can pull off the win here in race 3. Dantuma showing no signs of coming to pit road. Nicole Creasel continues to stay out. No signs of her coming in. She is about 11.5 seconds ahead of third place, Mark Nelson. Mark might be able to catch her, but it'll be close. Mark Nelson about to unlap himself. He has caught up to the bumper. Here comes Dantuma. Mark Dantuma is on pit road, and it looks like Nicole is headed to pit road as well. This should cycle back around, giving Mark Nelson the lead back. Oh, Mark kisses the wall in the front stretch. Mark reclaims the lead. Richie Joplin now in second. Cody Williams coming by to take third. Dantuma did a fuel-only stop in fourth. Laps to go for the Mark Nelson. He's got a 1 second lead on Richie. A battle we have seen play out time and time again over the last year. Richie versus Mark, and at the moment, Mark is winning. Cody Williams back in third, about 4.5 seconds back, but he is closing in on the top two. He took tires later than they did. He has that advantage, but not a lot of time left. Mark's lead continuing to grow. Richie Joplin appears to be fading, and Cody Williams is closing rapidly. Now 3.6 seconds back and closing. As Nelson comes out of turn 4, he'll get 5 to go. 4 drivers left on the lead lap. Last time by, Cody's gap stabilized. He was 3.9. Now 4 seconds behind Richie. Mark Nelson out of turn 4 gets 3 laps to go. He showed some speed in the first 2 races, but waited till the final race to finally bring it all together. And now late in the race, continues to pull away. Cody Williams back in third, just about 3 seconds behind Richie Joplin, but likely not enough time left. And here we go. White flag is in the air one more time around for Mark Nelson. A 2-second lead on Richie Joplin down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4, Mark can coast it into victory lane. Mark Nelson wins at the Rock. Richie Joplin comes home in second, and Cody Williams finishes third. And let's talk to Richie and our winner. Richie, you gave it quite a fight in that final race. After winning the second one, I kind of thought you were going to pull it off.
Nah, I come out of pits, and I was going to pressure him a little bit, and I caught the wall a little bit and got a bent rim, it said, and it started pushing a little bit, so I screwed that up.
Well, you still managed to come home with 1 win and a second place finish here. Great night for you, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Finally, our winner, Mark Nelson. Mark, you come home with the win versus Richie yet again, and man, were you just sandbagging the first 2 races?
I wish I could say that, Doug, but no, I just went very good. They were super fast, and I was getting super frustrated, but I don't know, something happened there in that third race that just worked out for me. Honestly, I think that there was like some major differences with dirty air in these cars. The further you get to the front, the further you could pull out. It was weird and annoying.
Well, it all worked out for you in the end, man. Congratulations, a great win.
Thanks, Doug.
Mark Nelson gets the win. Don't forget to come back in about 30 minutes. We will have SMR Gen 4 Racing at the Milwaukee Mile. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you shortly. Have a good night, everybody.